Welcome back, everybody. It's a beautiful Monday, and for those of you who are at home, maybe with the kids today who may be off school, I know some schools get this day off, we have a great little project that you can do as a family. It's good for all ages, and it's also kind of in honor of MLK Junior Day, as well as a story that I saw over the weekend. That's what inspired today's kind of creative project to get everybody going. Okay. Exactly. And the first is the story. The story was about how these caring letters from doctors had really made an impact in suicide prevention with their patients. Just getting that handwritten note and that letter of caring really made a difference. And you mentioned handwritten note. Ones who didn't, yes, handwritten notes. Note. So there's definitely a lot of power in our handwriting in a lot of different ways. Also, with MLK Jr., it's kind of a fine ritual in history, letter writing and so forth, and he's known for his letter from a Birmingham jail. Right. So we're kind of just, bringing that all full circle and hopefully getting people inspired to do some stay connected to pen and paper, and we're going to give them some ideas just how to make it creative, because the whole process of sending somebody a handwritten note or letter is the benefits of it are twofold. They're for the creator or the author of the letter, in that what they benefit from. You're able to express yourself. As well as the person who's receiving it. So it's kind of a twofold, and it inspires, it really fuels other creative projects. And think of how many times we received a letter from a viewer out there, and we love getting emails and stuff like that. Obviously we love that, but we got a handwritten letter a couple of times from people, and it was really special. Going, look, they took the time to sit down and write this down. Yes. I thought that was really neat. And it makes it, so first off, I just want to talk about the benefits to the author or the creator of doing the handwritten letters. It's, it stimulates our creativity, and it's one of those, sometimes we wonder when we're exercising our creativity what we're going to do with it, the end result, and so forth. This way, you're able to kind of explore and play around, and you have a purpose for it. You're actually making some note cards or some letterhead, and you're going to be sending it off to somebody. Nice. So that makes a big difference. It also makes us very mindful. It helps us stay focused, and it exercises a part of the brain that doesn't get exercised when we're doing things on the computer, on our devices. You can always go back and fix that. When you're writing it out, chances are you can't go back and fix it. Yes, exactly. It's an opportunity for us to kind of self-reflect and focus on some of the good things and positive things, beauty around us that we want to share in these letters and the things that we're writing. So, and it doesn't have to be this long, drawn-out letter either. Just something kind of short and sweet. It depends on who you're sending it to and the reasoning behind sending it. So. Okay. So how can we get started? All right, so I have some ideas on kind of how to amp up. You can go ahead and purchase ready-made note cards and letterhead and so forth, or you can kind of be resourceful and take that creativity up a notch by creating some of your own pieces. And one of my favorite ways, just if you want to do some simple thank yous, a quick note, hey, how are you? Just thinking of you, just because I love to get, these are little watercolor sets. So they have note cards that you can get that are made out of watercolor paper. You can get them in a variety of different sizes, and then you get to play around. This is your canvas. So, and it doesn't have, you can do some sketching on here. So they're blank. Yes, and you could do some watercolors. It's a nice, you can use all mediums. You can paint on there, you can use your markers, so whatever you would like to, just to customize it and tailor it to whatever your message is. Got it. And kind of just, this is just a great canvas to exercise that creativity, move some color around, and then you have a purpose for it because you'll send it out to somebody. And they're already folded and everything? Already prepackaged. Okay. It's very nice. You can also buy tablets of watercolor paper and cut them down to size and make your own. Okay, so this is a little more work involved in this one, but still the same message. Or maybe this is what you already have at home. This just is really you can use. I always say start with what you have, and then kind of let it grow. You don't need to go out and buy everything. You do not need to go out and buy a lot of things, because you can make your own envelopes. You can make your own note cards just using a variety of different papers and make your own envelopes too. Exactly. Okay. I love to use these. Are some of these wallpaper sample books that Scott Dean, who comes in and talks to us each week, he has books left over. So, and there's fabulous papers in there with a variety of different textures. There's also some fabric sample books. So you just glued them all on? I sewed them on. Oh, you sewed them on? I sewed them on. So you can, play around here. Yeah, so you can, some textiles, some papers. It's a nice combination of materials to play around and get a different kind of a look. And then I just purchased the ready-made envelopes that you can get in the size. So that you need.
Yeah, and the size that you need. So this is another great way to, you know, play around with different designs. So probably
if you have the envelope, then make it to fit the envelope. So you don't make an oddball size.
Exactly. So be smart about how you go about it. A lot of times we have leftover papers. I have, you know, sometimes even businesses, when you move, your address changes or so forth, you have letterhead and envelopes and all of that left over. Well, instead of letting it go to waste, you can kind of play around with this, putting some adhesive labels and stickers and things over the parts that maybe you don't want to see, and then adding artwork. So that's another way to kind of be resourceful with materials that you already have. I also like to, these are, and you can Google and get all kinds of templates that you can create your own stencils for, but you can also purchase, these are envelope templates. These are what you will use to create a variety of different sized envelopes, and you can use people that have maybe some of the scrapbooking papers at home. You can
also flip it over and then just
so basically what you do is you trace this onto your paper, and then you're going to cut it out. I have one somewhere here that I've already cut out.
Oh, okay, there you go. You have the marks.
And then it marks where you need to fold, and then you're just going to fold all of this in to place. Use a little glue stick, and you have a beautiful envelope.
And you can make your own then.
Yes, exactly. And then you can customize some paper or note cards to go inside this. You could also use the pages out of your old, you know, some magazines to create.
You just have to put a label on it when you mail it,
and then so you can get different sized labels. Or if maybe you have some sticker paper, or you can, you know, make your own so that it reads well at the post office. I have a friend who's the postmaster.
These are great ideas. Make sure we can read it, though, Michelle.
When you're going to pop it into the mail, you want to make sure that it's all nice and legible, and that it's going to get where it's going. But you can be very resourceful with a lot of materials that you already have. Create kind of your own look for stationery, and it's just it's a way to exercise that creativity, staying in touch with your handwriting, and really makes a difference to you creating it and the person that's going to be receiving it.
It could be something as simple as, hey, thinking of you, sign your name, send it off.
Some things are meant to happen on paper, and it matters.
This is how you can do it.
Exactly.
Wonderful. People want to get some more ideas like this, Michelle, because this is really cool. I've never even seen one of these before. How cool
and you
is that?
can print off all templates, make your own out of cardboard and so forth, but very easy.
How can they find out more about this?
You can go to Remake Live, join in on the conversation, share some of the things that you're doing at home. We love to, you know, creativity is contagious, so that's what it's all about. Sharing ideas and then taking them and run with them.
See, Michelle can do anything, including make her own envelopes. How cool is that? Thank you so much.